thank you for your love, your encouragement, support, financially, materially, visitation, although it was limited. I want to say to everybody, may you trust God. I possibly believe it would have been very challenging for me to just come through like that. It was like a sleep, and I woke up in Kololo. I wasn't sick. I was not having any headache, any fever, any typhoid or malaria or anything, but I started throwing out just like that.
Hope, however, encouraged all Christians to believe and trust in God as the only Savior.
And my message to the Christians, to the people watching us today is that let's not stop believing God. God is so faithful. Even when you feel there's no hope, He still comes through in His rightful time. So we're really thankful to God. We bless and praise His name for His goodness, for His faithfulness, and may His name forever be praised. And Papa, welcome back. We love you and keep doing the work of God.
Retired Church of Uganda Archbishop Henry Luke Orombi was last month airlifted to Kampala on the 27th of March for medical attention for his health that deteriorated after a short illness. Joseph Chura, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. Bishop James Ochan of the Overseas Pentecostal Church in the Acholi sub-region is calling upon all Ugandans to practice the anti-homosexuality bill at the grassroots level. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports more.
Bishop James Ochan tasked Christians across the country to continue with the unity, moral life, and sharing that they have been practicing during Easter seasons, because that is what Jesus Christ desires from us.
Where our President, His Excellency, General Museveni, has ascended to the homosexuality bill, making it illegal in Uganda. That is one task for the families to now carry on with, to ensure that we teach our children the morals of African family life, the morals of the Christian aspect of each and every family.
Bishop Ochan also requested Ugandan to embrace and put into practice the homosexuality bill, which was ascended to by the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. According to Ochan, the implementation of this bill must begin from family level.
Having gone through this season where Jesus Christ shed His blood on the cross for humanity, I'm requesting that we continue to behave in a way that is pleasing to Jesus Christ.
Clark North Member of Parliament, Gilbert Olanya, charged all the stakeholders at different capacity to carry on with the implementation of the bill to the grassroots to save Uganda from this evil coming to take away our moral rights, homosexuality.
Children and the parents, that as you celebrate this Easter, you have to know and be very vigilant how your child is staying at home. Take care of your child. I am happy that as Parliament we passed the bill against homosexuality. Therefore, let us take care of our kids.
Inside the new homosexuality bill, anybody that will be found recruiting, promoting, and funding same-sex activities is committing capital offense and will be sentenced to life imprisonment. Stephen Okello for Westnile Television, Nilecast.
Museveni, in his presidential tour to the West Nile region themed Securing Our Future Through Shared Prosperity, visited Paula Mixed Farm in Nebi district and is questioning why the rest of the community is failing to learn an example to the farmers practicing livestock farming and beekeeping. Let's have more on that story.
I'm very glad to be here. And I'm very happy to find Kerumundo here. has helped me, that's how you say it.
Hey, Okonya.
He has cornered me because I've been telling you that there is steel on your can.
Yen abeka konyu kaponju nyalonyo tie kakai.
But for you have been saying, you know, the THR can.
Ento kanu mapol manu unu beka watungo kakai pare wajishan tie kai.
Now, Kermundo, I'm proving that what I'm saying is the Ada.
Don Kermundo unyuto kiwakama le nyale me mabeka mwisho utianga.
There are votes here. There are votes here.
Diegi utie kai.
I saw fruits when I was coming.
Aneno nyingien mira sama beka piyo.
But maybe Kermundo can tell you how much money is earning from here.
Don Kermundo choko kanyutiwa nya well send abi mete kanwa mkeni.
Ini kubang oro wabang kago million pirabis. Ifum diegi kende. Eko kome ko pinyane mo kende chu tuskali million da kasier de kubang oro. In other words, Your Excellency, what I'm saying, from the goats alone, we can fetch around 50 million annually. But if we bring in other activities in the farm here, like piggery, like apiary, like fish farming, fruits and non-fruit trees, we earn over 100 million shillings here from this place.
Now you're here. That 100 million is here in what village is it?
Oture.
It's not in Kampala, it is here in Odure. But maybe I want to ask Kermundo, why have these people copied you? Why are they not copying from you?
Your Excellency, we have the youth of this place. We have a program that they get piglets from here, and there are people who have testimony within here. Whenever we are planting trees, we do that corporate social responsibility where we give some trees to the community. So even there are people who have planted fruits because of us. Dan waku kiti esa mwasha mukapidu nyingien ginero kite mwa bepidu kawoni kiti eku nyingien ni kashumiki. Dan waku neno kita mwa furufuru kawa pidu kodi gine gipidu ndu. When we plant, they plant there also. Okay. So they have been looking at us as an example.
Copying you.
Copying, yes.
Okay, so this is what I really want you to do.
Eno taple de macho kokwai umana mitotinia.
We talk of Lonyo, Tidano,
Cheke.
Nuju.
Alo, say cheke. Eno le macho kowechi de nya lonyo pidanu cheke.
We don't want anybody to remain in poverty and others are living well.
Wamitungo nya jumoko dogishan ento jumoko na uteka kwa maleni.
And I'm very happy to find local teachers here like Kermundo here.
Swinya yo nya donga neno jupondi mitedero machado Kermundo kwe ko family bare gika kikindu.
Kermundo is a Lapointe.
Kermundo Japondi. Kermundo do mutie Japondi mu.
So learn from him.
Osaum do mi bange le be sheko ne mi bange.
And don't have Nyeko. Don't have Nyeko. Why is Kermundo?
Don't put it in Nyeko berube.
You still learn from him.
Do muti kuri eko mumanya do onen kuri bange.
Because he could have done this he's in the midst of land. He's not the land of Uganda.
Inyo jaliteni etiu kaberi matuo maneno wingomi Uganda izo. Nange echoko temo kamukende ente par biu.
He could have done it in Mukono.
Nange echoko temo Mukono bitu
But if you done it in Mukono, how will the people here see? So we must thank him for coming here.
Yes, the fish. This is our product. This is our product. When we harvested, the tilapia were weighing between 1.3 to 1.5 kgs in 8 months. So we are looking at.
And more in our stories for the evening. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has pledged to give the West Nile music artist shillings 120 million for the construction of a state-of-the-art recording, video and audio studio. This pledge was made during the second day of the presidential tour to the West Nile region during a public rally while President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was giving a speech about wealth creation and shared prosperity in Arua City. Let's have more in that story.
Thank you, Pato. Ale asunga DTIG ni woro bua asunga dia yanga DTIG ni. Awa di phone. Yes we ikurasa. Atala ikurasa. Yes we tumetoka na mambo ya serikali. Tumetoka na kazi ya serikali. Tumetoka na mambo ya serikali. Your Excellency, your children, the entertainers here have asked me to come and request for one. Our father, we from the region have failed to compete nationally with our creative works. It's simply because we cannot afford the commercial quality of production. The equipments we use are so low, and you realize on TVs and so on, the Westnile is not featured because of the quality. To produce a good video, for example, costs between 1 to 30 million. A production studio which is complete will cost about 120 million Uganda shillings. We here cannot afford our father. We therefore request a special favor from you to provide for only a video studio.
The music people. The music people, we did something good, we asked for support. We need 120 million shillings. Can you let us $1 million to work on some studio or something? I will support you with that 120 million.
And more in our stories for the evening. With the visit of the head of state to the West Nile region, leaders from the West Nile region have called upon the president to fulfill some of the pledges that were made to the West Nile people years back. Joseph Jurua reports more.
As President Museveni concludes his national tour to West Nile sub-region on a mission of wealth creation and poverty alleviation in Uganda, Arua city leaders have reminded His Excellency over the unfulfilled pledges to West Nile sub-region. Osoru Morin, the woman member of parliament for Arua city, has applauded the National Resistance Movement government under the leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for the good governance and service delivery.
But as the president has visited, many times our people have complained about service delivery. And it is true, government is doing a lot, but of course we can't say that government has done it all. There are certain things government has made tremendous achievements, and there are those that are still struggling. For instance, West Nile region is in total blackout of power, and even upon the efforts government is making, we still feel there's a slow movement. We know in this country, without power, there is no development.
As President Museveni visited a number of farmers in West Nile, in assessment of the level of wealth creation and eradicating poverty, Osoru called for the review of the government program policies if the people of West Nile are to take them to success.
Some of these projects, yes, we receive them because we want about, as an objective of the government, about 68% for our people to move from subsistence farming to commercial oriented. But how do we improve livelihood at that level? How? Our people here, if you are to move in most of the areas, we need to address agriculture, because agriculture is our backbone. So I think government has to, first of all, empower people at different level. His Excellency talked of us being that we should be of more of creating jobs, which I concur and I accept and I receive it with a faithful heart. But mindset of our people, first of all, we needed to change the mindset of our people. Let the funds come in very late, and the message, the packaging of the message, it's another nightmare. Because I believe when Imioga came in, even the youth even wept. The first guideline that came out was quite different. And then as they kept on changing, the ministries kept on changing until when our people did not even know which guidelines to go with.
As the connection of West Nile to the national grid hits about 70%, the leaders are dissatisfied over the continuous postponement for the connection to the national grid. West Nile sub-region.
The power factor, the electricity is a key in every development. We have at least achieved about 70% completion of the substations that are constructed here. Unfortunately, the postponement is too much. They have been postponing. We even do not know what to tell our people. We look like liars. We are told power will be, electricity will be connected in West Nile around September. That was last year. It has passed. Now, this year, beginning March, it is gone. In 2 months' time, again, another deadline has been given. We are not even still sure that power is. We are going to be connected to the national grid. So the people of West Nile are not happy. That is the key area that the government of Uganda needs to address.
West Nile sub-region being in a business-rich area in Uganda, the government is reminded to improve on infrastructure, which will boost development in the region.
We are business people. We are the ones developing West Nile. And what we requested from the government, we wanted the government to put certain things in place. One, we need good roads. And you have seen the roads are, the UNRWA road especially, are in bad state. And I'm even happy that most of the government officials who have arrived in West Nile, in Arua city here, they have been complaining about the roads. Some of them have never traveled on the road. They always use chopper. So this time, others made the deliberate move to move on the road. For me, I wanted one time they should allow His Excellency to move the entire country by road, let him see the states of the road. Because we are not happy at all.
Osoru hailed the government for the good security in the country and West Nile. She, however, decried the poor state of health facilities in the region and lack of drugs in most health facilities, which has greatly affected health services in West Nile.
The issue of security, it's already there. That one, is one of the areas where I have to comment that government has improved on security. But the issue of the road, hospital, health centers, if you are to move there, most of our mothers here, especially in Arua city, if you are to move there in the hospitals, you go there, the delivery wards, they have no enough space. No enough space. We're expecting influx of refugees in this city. We have so many people coming from different parts of West Nile region. They are here, even the Congolese come here. Somebody suffering from a terrible disease that needed support from the government, and they're giving you Panadol Extra, which will only last for how many days? 2 days. And now we are referring people to go and buy medicine outside there. The same people who are very poor economically, they're handicapped.
Joseph Churwa, West Nile.
And more in our stories for the evening. Bishop of Lango Diocese, Right Reverend Santos Lino Wanok, has cautioned the university scholars to tailor their research towards humanity. Bishop Lino, who was addressing the students of Scared Heart Gulu, stated that there are a lot of issues affecting human beings on earth which can be addressed through positive research work. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports more.
While addressing students during the second graduation ceremony at the University of Secretariat Gulu, the Bishop of Lango Diocese, Right Reverend Santos Lino Wanok, told graduates to fulfill the will of God through research that served humanity.
It is the will of God that must be discerned in our research in life. Many of our graduates have made research. Does the quality of research discern the will of God for humanity you are going to serve? So that what you do may be confirmed in the great likeness of God.
Michael Lacogne, a graduate and the chairman of Amoro District Local Government, explained his finding on the impact of COVID-19 at a Lego Town Council which border South Sudan.
Including among other difficult lifestyle, many community business degraded during the time of Lego, and many community became vulnerable to the extent of offering themselves for prostitution for money because their businesses were not going, and many business collapsed. So that one involved a lot of psychological distress, a lot of depression, and a lot of physical deterioration in life. And since they could not access medication, others lost their life.
Geoffrey Opio, the chairman Gulu City Border Associations, says in a day, more than 10 women report their husband on family neglect.
The women are in problem. The way to handle their problem, they lead to the fight. That's why sometimes lead to the death.
Sandra Apeo, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Counseling and Psychology, says she has been equipped with the tool to deal with the escalating number of trauma cases in northern region.
So this course helps us to talk to the community, to counsel them, to advise them, to give them guidelines on how they can cope up with whatever problems they have. When you look at northern Uganda, we have a lot of issues. People have been traumatized from the past wars. The HIV clients, effects of COVID and all that. So my work is to talk to them, to guide them, to see how they can, to provide for them coping techniques and see how they can cope up with whatever problems that they're going through.
Noya East Member of Parliament Geoffrey Okello Charles says by offering Bachelors of Counseling and Psychology in Northern Uganda, University of Secretariat is going a long way in addressing the effect of the 2 decades war in the region.
The various courses, various qualifications they have today got are very relevant to our situation. If you take, for example, those who graduated with Bachelors of Psychological Counseling, is one of those areas, one of the things that is very required in the post-war recovery situation that we are in. You realize that families have a lot of problems now. There is very high rate of breakage of families, and most of them is psychological causes.
Stephen Okello for West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, during his second-day presidential tour to the Westnile region, addressed the issues of corruption pertaining to the allocation of market stalls in Arua main market in Arua City. Let's have more on that story.
Corruption. Anyongala. What we will find out is what happened to our delegates, the councillors, even members of parliament. How is this corruption is going when they are not following up? The councillor policy but
our Excellency
thank you, Your Excellency, for coming to hear from us. We've been suffering in this city. By the time we were asked to leave the market for development, after completion of the market, the leaders allocated themselves 3 to 4 stalls in the market. My father died when I was 8 years. My brother was in senior 3. We had a stall in the market, and now I don't have a stall because somebody is now operating there. But maybe my younger RDC, how can I? RDC, where is she? She's there. Come.
Your Excellency, sir, thank you. I am aware about the issue of the market. The Minister for Local Government came to Arua over the same on July 20th, 2022. Because there were so many complaints about the relocation of the market vendors.
After President Minister Local Government,
a meeting similar to this was held. People raised issues. I was assigned by the Minister for Local Government to investigate matters surrounding the market relocation, which I did within 1 month with my team of police, CISO, and the security team. I submitted the report to the Minister for Local Government and the Minister for Presidency.
I don't have time to answer the issues of Arua municipality here. So give me a copy so that I have time to read them and ask the relevant ministry.
And more in our stories for the evening. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has urged farmers in the Obongi and Adjumani district to take up subsistence farming to improve on their economic growth. Let's have more on that story.
Is to continue with my war against poverty in the homesteads. I started this war in the 1960s, as I told you, in the Ankole area. At that time, Uganda had 2 problems in terms of economy and the social conditions of the people. Problem number 1 was that many of the homesteads were outside the money economy. Like in Angola, Angola is a very rich area with a lot of water, with very good soil. We had cows and banana plantations, but this was just for home consumption. We had no cash crops. But when I was studying in the school system, I could see how Europe had developed. The second problem was that in some parts of Uganda, they had some cash crops, like cotton and coffee and tobacco, but there was no otita, I think they call it Lukubara, to find out whether that coffee or cotton was good for the country and also good for the families. And that's what we decided to deal with.
And more in our stories for the evening. Nile University Arua campus held its inaugural graduation ceremony with the chief guest represented by Honorable Obiga Kanya, the State Minister for Urban Planning and Development. Let's have more on that story.
Dear graduates, today is your day. I heartily congratulate all of you for the resilience that propelled you to work very hard to merit the various awards that you are obtaining today. They are not accidents, they are what you have earned. We are proud of what you have done. We believe that you have acquired the knowledge, competencies, and determination that you need to prosper in the challenging place of work. Go out with confidence, excel and make a real difference in the world which needs you so much. As you go, make the university proud and be a testament of the intellectual acumen which I believe you have acquired. But perhaps even more importantly, the character that will make you succeed in your chosen careers. Graduation is a time of positive emotions for you, your families, friends, and everyone else who has had the privilege of nurturing and supporting you. We extend our gratitude to all those who have provided that support. We therefore seek government partnership and support to continue to offer services in the same spirit as the public universities.
I ask you to take great pride in this great university, Nile University, and become ambassadors of Nile University wherever you will be through your dedication and commitment. Differentiate yourself from the rest. You are, to use the Latin expression, primogeniti, the firstborns of Nile University. Whenever Nile University will be remembered, you will always be remembered as the first. Take this as a challenge and as a commitment. Extend responsibility, your responsibilities for Nile University. Nile University will grow through you. So this is the commitment that I want you to take upon you. By excelling in whatever you're doing and ensuring that this university grows to become a competitive player, not only in Uganda, in the region, but globally.
Because the close to 4 million people cannot all come and provide governance and leadership services to the university, they thought it wise to select from the various constituencies of West Nile representatives to support the University Council and the senior management team in the provision of policy strategic direction and oversight to the governance, leadership, and management of the university. Our work as the board of directors is to guide the council and the senior management team of the university on matters of policy, compliance with the laws that create tertiary and university institutions in Uganda, compliance with the university legal and regulatory frameworks, providing strategic direction to the university through ensuring we have a strategic plan, and which indeed we have.
I want to appreciate and thank the initiators of this university. It was a little idea, and I believe there are many people who still regard it as a little idea. So this is for me how I see Nile University. A seed which has already germinated, and germinated very well on a fertile ground, and there's no way it is going to be stopped. Like somebody said therefore earlier, I think you, the graduates, you're the lucky firsts. In your life you can say something that on this earth I was a first somewhere. I was a first in the University of the Nile. Government therefore needs more actors engaged in the provision of higher education, and the government will do what it can to support such actors, including Nile University. I have therefore keenly listened to your request to government for support, mainly support with the tractor and agricultural equipment and inputs to cultivate the 256 hectares of land you own by the university. I'm told this is in Uriama. Compensation for the Nile University land occupied by the refugees, and the construction of an agricultural laboratory. We shall discuss further to explore the forms of support that is possible in a phased manner. I once again congratulate you, the graduates. Go out with confidence, make Uganda and West Nile a better place.
I'm so very much excited that it has not been an easy journey for me. These 3 years was not very easy. I give all the congratulations to everyone who gave me support financially, spiritually, advisory. I am so much grateful, especially my family members, my sisters, and my aunties who also did give me company to this very important function. I am so much happy, and this is not the final step. I'm determined. At least I have that dream of being called a PhD doctor, which I am in the process, and I'm joining very soon. I'm going to the next level of my education.
I enrolled here in 2015 and concluded in 2018. The course I took was education, primary education, SST, and English. And the journey has not been so easy. It has not been so easy because we had a lot of hurdles, we had a lot of problems, and we just amazingly found ourselves at the close of it. So we thank God, we thank all the governing council, all our councillors, all the supporters who made us to become ourselves.
It has been a hard time, and I was the only student of agriculture. That time, at first I was actually denied the university. Later, the registrar said I should continue, and they brought for me the lecturers for agriculture. Then I attended the lectures with them. Then, meanwhile, we continue with that of mathematics with the other students of sports science. So, I'm really very happy to receive the certificate of being the best student. This graduation, I feel very happy because if I was younger than that, since it was a long journey, that is very exciting.
This graduation was really very nice. It was my first time I did such a graduation since I
And with that story, we are welcome to the end of the Nilecast Weekly News Roundup on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast, only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Ukumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.